Once again, class 11th biology, the same lesson, that is the biological classification. The second class of the kingdom Monera, and that is the Eubacteria. Eubacteria. Eubacteria is actually the true bacterial class. It is called the true bacteria. Because these are the bacteria of the modern era. These are called the true bacteria. Okay, these are all called the true bacteria because they are the bacteria of the modern era. So they are called the true bacteria. What is the peculiarity that is present in this bacteria? Their cell wall is rigid. They have the rigid cell wall. They have rigid cell wall. It is very hard. Rigid is the hard, tough. It has the rigid cell walls. Rigid cell wall is present in this type of the bacteria, and this is the modern class of the bacteria. If these bacteria, if they are motile, then they have the flagellum. If they are not motile, then there is no need of the flagellum. It means the flagellum is the locomotive organ which is present only in the motile bacteria. So flagellum is present. Flagellum is present in motile bacteria as locomotive organ. Locomotive organ. It is not present in each and every bacteria. It is present only in the motile bacteria. We are able to classify this bacteria in different type according to their nutritional mode of the nutrition. On this category, the Eubacteria may be photosynthetic autotrophs. Photosynthetic autotrophs. I don't think so. You have to know. I have to explain the meaning of photosynthesis and autotroph. Photosynthesis is they are able to prepare their food because they have the green pigment. Autotroph is the self preparation of the food. So these bacteria are unicellular and they may be live in the colony or the filament. They have the filamentous structure or they live in the colonial pattern. Okay, these are the photosynthetic bacteria. First important thing, they are photosynthetic bacteria. Second, these are unicellular. Okay, photosynthetic, that is clear by the name only. These are unicellular as well as they live in the colony or the filamentous structure is there. So these are colonial or filamentous. Filamentous. Okay, they are colonial or filamentous inhabited. When they live together, when they are live in the group, they may form the colony or they are the filament like structure, long thread like structure is there. They are differentiated in different habitat. They are able to live in the fresh water as well as the marine water and as well as the terrestrial atmosphere also. So these are varied inhabited. These are fresh water or marine water and terrestrial also. Terrestrial means they are able to survive or live on the land also. So they are called the terrestrial. If they are in the colony they are formed one gelatinous sheet. So let me suppose this is the bacteria, this is one bacteria, this is another bacteria, this is one more bacteria, this is one more bacteria. When they live in the colony, they form one gelatinous structure like this. Okay, so when they live in the colony, they form one gelatinous structure around their cell wall, around their outer membrane. Okay, and they look like in the water, they look like as a large mass of the gelatin. So they form one gelatin sheet around their outer body. And when we live in the colony, this all the sheet combine together and this form one bigger gelatin bag or sheet in which all the bacteria are placed. So colonies or colonial bacteria surrounded by gelatinous sheet. Gelatinous sheet is present around their body. So they are complete in form in the gelatin, and inside the gelatin sheet all the bacteria are present. Best example of this type of bacteria is called the blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. Okay. These are blue-green algae. Blue-green algae. We call it blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. Green is a pigment that is called the photosynthetic pigment, so they are able to prepare their food. These bacteria are important because they are nitrogen fixating bacteria. They are able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compound. So these are nitrogen fixating bacteria. Nitrogen fixating bacteria. They are able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen gas into nitrogenous compound. And when they are going to fix the nitrogen fixation, when they perform the role of the nitrogen fixation, they are called the heterocyst. Okay, heterocyst, and the best example of heterocyst is the nostoc. The example of this photosynthetic bacteria is the nostoc, and one more is there, that is called the ADAMYA. So this is the photosynthetic bacteria. The next type of the bacteria, again the autotroph is there, but they are called the chemosynthetic bacteria. The type of EUBACTERIA is the chemosynthetic bacteria. Chemosynthetic bacteria. Chemo, again this is for the chemical, so they are able to survive in the chemical. They are utilize the chemical for their food habitat. So what is the peculiarity of this type of bacteria? These bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances. These bacteria are oxidize various inorganic substances. Why they have to survive on the or oxidize the inorganic substance? Because they have converted the inorganic substance into organic substance. They convert nitrite, nitrates, ammonia into ATP. So they are able to convert inorganic substance into ATP. And what is ATP? ATP is the source of energy. So what they are actually do? They recycle the nutrients. They recycle the nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, iron, etc. So what they have to do? They actually oxidize the various inorganic substances to form. They are able to convert. They are able to convert nitrites, nitrates, ammonia. These all are the source of nitrogen. The source of nitrogen which is present into ATP. ATP is the energy source for these bacteria or any organism. ATP is the source of energy. Also, they recycle the nutrients. Recycle the nutrients. The nutrients. Nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur and iron. They are able to recycle all these chemicals. They are able to recycle this. These are called the chemosynthetic bacteria. The third type of EUBACTERIA is the heterotrophic bacteria. As we know that bacteria are classified into two groups on the mode of nutrition, autotroph and heterotroph. Next is the heterotroph, and this heterotrophic mode of nutrition is there. So it is called the heterotrophic bacteria. heterotrophic bacteria. Heterotrophic, it means they depend on different organisms for their food. And this group is most abundant. This is the most abundant group of bacteria. Most abundant. Large number of the bacteria is placed on this group only, that depend on the other organisms in or out. If they are depend in, then it is called the endoparasite. In depend out, then it is called the ectoparasite. So their behavior as both as the endoparasite as well as the exoparasite. And in this group, the majority of the bacteria are decomposed. One more important thing: majority of bacteria in this group are decomposers. What is the meaning of decomposer? Decomposers are the saprophytes who depend on dead and decayed substance for their food. So in this group, majority of the bacteria are the decomposers. It means they feed on the dead or decayed substance. Important thing, they are human friend. They are friend as well as the foe. You must remember this word. You studied in the 8th class. Microorganisms are friends and foe. Why? You know very well. So these group include the bacteria which are our friend, but they are dangerous for also. Why they are dangerous? Because they are pathogen. They provide various diseases also. So this group of the bacteria are called friend bacteria, friendly bacteria. Any of you know the some name of the friendly bacteria? The bacteria which is able to form the curd, antibiotics and the nitrogen fixation. Friendly bacteria, formation of curd, formation of antibiotics, which is very much important for us. For nitrogen fixation, that is also important for us. Okay, these bacteria are enemy also. Enemy or the foe bacteria. Enemy because they are pathogen. They are pathogens. They provide the disease. This, in the previous class, you must write the name of the disease. Cholera, typhoid, then tetanus. These all are the disease in the human. That is the cholera, tetanus, pneumonia, cholera, tetanus, pneumonia. These are the human disease which is they generate in the human. That is typhoid. In previous classes we must write the name. This bacteria also generate diseases in the plants. In plant, one disease which is related directly with this bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria, and that is called the citrus cancer. Citrus is the group of the lime. Lemon group is called the citrus, and the citrus canker. The name of the disease is the citrus canker, and that is given by this bacteria. So these are the heterotrophic bacteria. So we are able to divide the bacteria into 3 wide group, that is the autotrophic. Autotrophic is in 2 types, the photosynthetic and chemosynthetic, and one is the heterotrophic, in which we include the decomposers as well as the parasite bacteria are present here. Now what more about the bacteria? Mode of reproduction. One more thing you have to know, mode of reproduction. Reproduction mode which is present in the bacteria, basically they are the asexual reproduction, and method is the fission. Fission, breaking of the cell. This is the asexual reproduction mode. Asexual reproduction, the mode of the reproduction is the fission. Second asexual reproduction is the spore formation. Spore formation. This is the second type of asexual reproduction. What other type of the reproduction is present in their body? They have the sexual reproduction also. They actually transfer the primitive type of DNA from one bacterium to another. So they transfer primitive DNA from one bacterium to other. And this is mentioned as the sexual reproduction. The bacteria is able to survive in both type of the reproduction in their limit. One more important thing you have to know about the bacteria. One group of the bacteria that is called the mycoplasm. This is the special group. Why it is a special group? Because it is the smallest known living organism. Must remember, it is the smallest known living organism. The smallest structure is very small in the structure. So it is called the smallest known living organism. What is important? Other important which is present in all the bacteria. Cell wall is present. You write completely. The rigid cell wall is there. But here the cell wall is not present. Cell wall is absent. So they have lack of cell wall. Cell wall is absent. They do not have the cell wall. That is important character. They are smaller and they do not have the cell wall. An important thing is that they are able to survive without oxygen. They are able to survive without oxygen. What is the meaning of that? These are the anaerobic bacteria. They are anaerobic in nature. They are able to survive without oxygen. It means they are the anaerobic in the nature. These are the pathogen for animals and plants. Okay? These mycoplasm are pathogens, but they are especially pathogens for animals and plants. Then I call the animal and exclude humans from it. Animals and plants. So, are they not dangerous for us? No. These are dangerous for us also. Actually, this bacteria cause mild pneumonia in human also. It causes mild pneumonia in human. Okay. So this is the wonderful world of the bacteria. Now next, move to the next group, that is called the protist.